Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Jay here, back again with another video, and today we're going to be ranking all of my cheap / clone fragrances on a tier list from worst to best. Let's get into it. Starting off with the first fragrance, man, we got Club de Nuit Seage. This is a clone of Creed Silver Mountain Water. Now, with this fragrance, it's just something like, it's just something in this fragrance that I just don't like. I want to like it so bad, but you know, it's like I said, it's just something about this fragrance that I don't like. I think it's really like the screechiness of this fragrance, especially like in the beginning. You know, with cheaper fragrances, it tends to, you know, not really have like those high quality notes compared to the designer and the niche fragrances. And it just smells like straight up alcohol and just way too much. You know, alcohol mixed with the musk and all the, you know, overwhelming citruses. In my opinion, this isn't really that good of a fragrance. It's all right, you know, especially if you're a woman. I feel like this fits a woman better than, you know, it suits a man. But me personally, I'm gonna have to give this a D tier. You know, I'm not gonna be too harsh, but I will have to give this a D tier. Matter of fact, I've changed my mind. It's going in the F tier. Next up on the list, man, we have Hiatti Alky from the house of Latafa. Now, this right here is a clone of Pac Rabanne Phantom EDT. Now, although this isn't a bad fragrance, it is like a fragrance DNA that can get very, very boring very fast. And I actually had the original before in my collection, and like I said, I sold it because it just got boring for me. So with that being said, I have to give this one a C tier. Next up on the list, man, we have Latafa, His Confessions. This one right here is just a nice, sweet, woody vanilla date night scent. It's also perfect for the fall and winter time. This fragrance right here, man, it is heavily underrated. I don't know why anybody doesn't talk about this fragrance more often, man, because it deserves all the hype and recognition that it can get possibly, man. Like, for real, this scent is such an amazing scent. Like I said, I don't know why I don't really reach for this scent that often, and it's such a good smelling fragrance. Every time I spray this in the air, man, it is just amazing. So with that being said, I'm gonna have to give this the S tier. Next up, we have Latafa Mahair Legacy. This right here is a clone of Parfums de Marly Sedley. Now, although it does do a very good job at cloning the original fragrance, but in my opinion, this one right here is just a little too spicy, right? It's just a little too spicy and peppery compared to the original. Although in the dry down, it is still pretty good fragrance. But like I said, it's really also nothing too special or anything to write home about. So with that being said, I'm gonna give this the B tier. Next up on the list, man, we have Raso, the original. This scent, man, right here, it is such a spectacular scent DNA. Now, a lot of people compare this to the OG Invictus EDT, and I can't see the similarities where they're saying it smells like it, but I feel like it also kind of does its own thing. Except if I was compared it to, this one is a lot more sweeter and fruitier in my opinion. So if you like, you know, the fragrances that's a little bit more sweeter, then I would say most definitely go for this one. But nonetheless, this one still isn't a bad scent, but it's not really anything too crazy to write home about, especially when you compare it towards, you know, the other flankers in the line and stuff like that, like Raso Ice. I feel like this one is just kind of, you know, kind of mid, you know, still not a bad fragrance, but it is most definitely better out there. So with that being said, I'm going to give this the B tier. Next up on the list, man, we have Jabal. Now, this fragrance, I couldn't really find anything too much online about this fragrance, but I have looked up the notes and did my research. This fragrance right here has notes of cedar, bergamot, amber, incense, patchouli, leather, all that good stuff, man. Now, although I'm not the hugest leather fan, this one does the leather to a perfection, right? It's not really like one of those overbearing leather kind of scents. It just has a sprinkle of leather in the background, and you can really get that in the dry down. But man, this fragrance is such an amazing fragrance all the way from the top all the way to the dry down. So with that being said, I'm going to give this a guaranteed S tier. Up next, man, we have Bos Fenil. Now, this was a blind buy from Burlington. I'm telling y'all, man, I'm trying to put y'all on right now, man. If you go to TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Burlington, bro, especially Burlington, that's where they got all the Lataf and dupe fragrances. Bro, go to Burlington, bro, because I guarantee you 9 times out of 10, they might have a sleeper fragrance that nobody knows about. And hey, bro, you can have that all to yourself, gang. You feel what I'm saying? But this one right here, this was a very nice pickup. It's a nice, sweet gourmand scent. It also has like a bread note in it. Now, although the bread note is not bad, but it's just something about it that kind of throws me off, in my opinion. This isn't a bad scent, but like I said, I just can't really pinpoint exactly what I don't like about this fragrance. And I do love sweet fragrances, but it's just something about this one I just kind of don't like. So with that being said, I'm gonna have to give this the B tier. Next up, we have Afnan 9 a.m. Not 9 p.m., but 9 a.m. This right here is the younger brother version of 9 p.m. As we all know and love, it's a clone of JPG Ochimel. It's actually going to be up next, but let's focus on this fragrance right here. So this fragrance right here is a very nice, sweet, woody, like aquatic kind of scent. You can't go wrong with it, especially for $30 and you get 120 ml. Now this one, I haven't really heard anything about this fragrance or anybody hyping this fragrance up necessarily compared to Afnan 9 p.m. But if you're looking for a good, cheap, and affordable summer fragrance, I most definitely highly recommend Afnan 9 a.m. This scent right here is amazing, and in my opinion, you can even wear it all year round. Because this scent right here, it is such an amazing scent, especially for the price point. So with that being said, this is gonna go in the S tier. Next up on the list, man, we have Afnan 9 p.m. Not 9 a.m., but 9 p.m. Now this one right here is the older brother of the version of 9 a.m. This one right here is more suited for like your fall and winter occasions, or even maybe even date night or going out to parties. It's a very nice, versatile, cold weather scent. Can't go wrong with it. Nice, sweet vanilla bubblegum kind of scent. Also very loud and very strong, so I recommend to go a little bit less on the sprays than what you might usually do. Me personally, when I wear this scent, I go 5 to 6 sprays, and that's usually like around there in a sweet spot, really, for any fragrance, unless it's just like a very weak projecting fragrance and it doesn't perform. But otherwise, with this scent, man, you don't really need to go anything too crazy on the sprays, man. But as you can see, this one has been my signature scent, especially back in high school, like beginning of senior year, man. This stuff right here, I used to wear this almost every day, but like I said, it is a scent DNA that can get kind of boring really fast, especially if you're wearing it all day like I used to. So with that being said, I'm gonna have to put this in the A tier. Last up on the list, man, we have Latafa Kawa. Now this is a flanker from the original Latafa Kamara with the extra added coffee note. And in my opinion, I think this is 10 times better than an OG. But like I said, there is other options out there that are better than this fragrance at really around the same price, to be honest. But if you just want a nice, cheap, affordable, sweet, gourmand scent for the fall and winter time or even date nights, I feel like this is a perfect scent for you to go pick up and get your nose on. So yeah, with that being said, I'll have to respectfully give this the A tier.